In the name of God the Almighty, peace to you. This evening I will talk about the messenger of warnings. That means the messengers that the heavens um, appoint to warn humanity in general, or a portion of it, in order to fix their ways, or there will be something big uh, coming to hit them because they have abused the divine algorithm, and they have abused the natural balance God did put for this planet and for the human relations between uh, a society and another, a human being and another. All of these requires when we fill our balance with bad deeds and with abuses, and we keep going with that in that way. Before God sends the punishment, He sends someone to warn about what's coming our way. Since July, I've been appointed in this mission. I've been now for almost 6 months, warning daily, explaining things daily. And I'm not, of course, the first warner that the heavens appointed during the history of mankind. There have been previous cycles of civilization, from the civilization that Noah warned, and then the flood happened globally, and they've been destroyed. Only few survived to start the new cycle. Also, what happened with Moses, and how the Egyptian civilization lost its power, lost its majesty after the Exodus story. Many people do not know exactly what was who was the pharaoh involved in the Moses story, and I saw many documentaries trying to figure that out. However, I published a book in 2014 called Our Path to Eternity. I gave explanations about that, and I'm not going through these details now, but because I am trying to remind you that warners have been here before, and punishment came on those who disbelieved and refused to change their ways and improve the way they were living, and didn't stop their abuses and all these things. So I am here, have been now, as I said, almost on a daily basis, warning people all over the world. And even with the COVID-19 pandemic going on, I haven't received many uh, much positive responses, or people trying to understand more or curious about what I'm saying. Many people are taking things superficially, and however, the people who are more receptive to my speeches have been, uh, the people who live in the West more than the people who live in the Middle East. Uh, however, I'm receiving the warnings is more targeting for example, like the warning I announced a couple of days ago to the United States, because they have abused the powers and the freedom they had been given. And as I said, I am not someone who has any personal ill feeling towards any country, but I am, you know, delivering what I am receiving. So I hope people will listen to my words before uh, an irreversible punishment come down on almost all of us, because When I started, I said clearly that God is angry from the entire world because all countries are corrupt. However, there are degrees and there are levels on the corruption level, and those who are more powerful and more rich are more responsible because they are abusing their freedoms and they are stealing from others. They are using their powers in order to enslave others to some degree. So the warning I am carrying is for the entire world. However, things I mean seems to be starting severely on the American continent, in particular at the moment, and in the coming couple of weeks and months, and then maybe years. So, as I said, I'm delivering the warnings because I am appointed to do it. My life changed completely since early 2019. I have lost any sort of control over it, whether it's my professional life, my personal life. Even I can't plan anything. Sometimes I find myself living in a place I've never imagined living in, or visiting places I've never visited. I've never thought I would put my feet around. So I'm really in a very high spiritual realm, especially when I go to bed, and especially during the uh, hours between 6 a.m. and noon. Sometimes, most of times. Um, so I'm trying to put always myself together in order to deliver these messages to you, and I hope people will take them seriously. If we can change anything, still let us do it. Uh, However, the window of hope is closing down by the minute, and unfortunately, now after 1 year of the COVID 19, uh, the reaction of the world in general has been very uh, superficial, stupid to some degree, because they are not, understanding that COVID-19 is coming and has happened because of their abuse of the natural balance. So they have been looking for the vaccines and just to treat those who are infected, or to make the effect of the virus less harmful on those infected, etc. But they don't look and they don't tackle the main problem behind COVID-19 or any other pandemic coming our way, or the entire state of the planet in general. Nobody is talking about ceasing human reproduction, where we hit almost 8 billion people, uh, double that number since 1980. In 1980, we have been 4 billion people. Just in 40 years now, we are 8 billion people. This is not acceptable and this is unsustainable. However, I didn't hear anyone speaking about that. Also, the abuse of the animals have been going on now for at least 40 or 50 years. We want to produce products for people to eat, and we want money, easy money, quick money, and not to add the plastic problem and many other problems. And now the pollution of the humans, what they have produced of products that are harmful, have been now almost over the size of the planet itself. So it's not that God wants to punish you because he's a tyrant or something. It is because now the destruction button is the most merciful option left. Many people are suffering. Many people are being deformed. Many people are suffering from still from conflict. I still can't believe this still going on. and people claim themselves to be civilized, and people want to spread the freedom by killing others or democracy or whatever, and by other idiots who believe that their God asked them to kill others. So it's a crazy world, crazy people, crazy mentalities. All those who are in, public positions are just there for the money or for their 15 minutes of shame. So they are not doing any job the way it should be done. Those who religious leaders are just taking people literally to hell. They are teaching them just to be proud on about their religious identity, and they teach them to hate others, uh, and all these things. This has nothing to do with God at all. And on the other side, the scientific community are very arrogant, and many of them they are just mostly working for the sake of a prize or for the sake of making millions. Uh, so we are really in very bad state. Our civilization is coming to an end, and I'm still not able to, you know, I couldn't identify any specific community, or because really the honest people and the good people who are living in a good way are very rare today. And the problem that many people are not admitting that how wrong they are and what they are doing. They don't recognize it. They are going blindly about their life. They don't see how much enslaved they have been. They are born. They go after that to school, primary school, then secondary school, and then university. After that, they find a job as a slave in a company. Then they go spend a couple of decades there. They get married, they give birth to children, then they die. What they have done during their lifetime? Nothing. All these, most of the what they are learning in the academies are just has nothing to do with true knowledge, has nothing to do with wisdom, has nothing to do with other than graduating a new slave for the system. Unfortunately, many people do not recognize that, and they are still going out there to work for a company that's polluting the planet, for a company that doesn't care about the lives of the humans or the animals. They are all slaves to the same evil system. And to not mention those who are going to fight in the name for the flag of their country. Absolute crap. Who are they fighting? So it's very simple. It's very simple. And the people ask about the purpose of life and all these things. It's very simple. Purpose of life. You are here to prove you are good enough. You are qualified to win eternity. That's the individual purpose. However, the collective purpose is: are we as a species able or qualified to make our world as safe as God's world, as God's realm? That means there must be peace, there must be justice, there must be love, true love, not you know these fake positivity things. There must be wisdom, there must be responsibility, there must be, that every person is wise enough, is responsible enough to not cross the lines or the borders of another being, whether it's a human or animal or whatever. This is the way to become, to live in an eternal realm. That's how you transform your mortal realm to an immortal realm. It's very simple. It's very simple, but people do not do that. They do not think about how they should transform their world into such type of world. They are just busy earning money, taking what belongs to other, sometimes with rights, sometimes without any right. So they are just living in a very selfish way, and that's why, because they don't understand where they come from and where they are going and what they should be doing. It's very you can't go walk a road if you are going blindly. Definitely you can. So this is, as I said, Noah wasn't loved as a messenger of warnings. Moses wasn't loved either. The pharaohs hated him. Even the children of Israel, uh, most many of them didn't also follow him. They were because they were had mutual benefit with the pharaohs and of course the rich of them between them, and almost the poor people or the people who are not happy with the situation, who are the ones who uh, follow or believe in the messenger that the heaven sent. So I hope anyone who's listening, the rich must spend his money uh, before it's too late, and must live just for what with what is just sufficient for him for uh, his life. If each one of us, when he comes to gain more than what he needs, just give it out, we will be in a far better place. But as I said, when people do not understand what they are doing, when the competition is open in an evil way, uh, they are all lost. Even if they go to a church or a mosque or a synagogue or whatever, with all these people there, they are teaching absolutely garbage, nothing. You have to understand yourself. You have to communicate with your maker. You have to understand that everything around us is a living thing. The planet, the rocks, the mountains, everything. So be careful what you are doing. Be merciful so you could get mercy from heavens. And when you are balanced and everything around you is balanced and just within the lines, everybody will be happy and you can all win eternity. But when you are greedy, when you are attacking other or stealing from other or cheating or lying or working for companies that are polluting the planet and harming others or uh, taking part in an army or whatever, there's no point. You are bringing all these sufferings on others and on yourself in the end. So, as I said, I am delivering the warning, and the warning, as I said, not because God is a tyrant and He wants to punish you without any reason or whatever. It is because the most merciful option left is your destruction. When the planet becomes uninhabitable, that's the only solution. And you force it on yourself by not willing to listen to wisdom, by not willing to refrain from your abuses, by not willing to change your ways. So I know many people who are maybe happy to some extent in their life who don't like what I'm saying, but it's not. As I said, I am appointed to do so. It's my duty, and I can't say no to my maker differently. You are free to believe it or not, of course, but when things happen and when punishment comes, you only blame yourself. Bye.